Okay. So on the next set of slides, which again you have in front of you, what we have is I ask you to graph the normal distribution with a mean of 34 and different standard deviations. So for the first one, we have a half as a standard deviation. So the mean we can type as 34, comma, a half, which is again 0.5. Right, but we don't see it. Okay, no big deal. Let me get to the wrench, which is graph settings. And what I'm going to do is for the x-axis, the mean is 34. So we want to be close to 34. So let's do this, I don't know. So I'm typing in 30. And for the big endpoint here, let me do 40. And you can see the graph. You can also zoom in like this. Click on the zoom in button, like so. I'm clicking and holding to drag it. So we have our graph here. Now that's when the standard deviation's a half. I mean, if you clicked on the Find CDF, you would get this. But again, we're going to deal with that on Thursday. But let's draw another normal distribution. So if you go right below where it says normal distribution, you can click and get another graph to draw. Now, I don't want to display this anymore. So I'm going to click here where the red is. If I click that, the graph goes away. But I'm going to graph another normal distribution. So we have normal, DIST, parentheses, 34. And the next standard deviation in the slides I asked you to graph is 1. So let's do that, 1. Nope. Here you want the 1 in parentheses. So I move to the left, type 1, and we get this graph. As you can see. Okay, that's good. So we have that curve drawn, and the standard deviation is 1. Okay, and it's a different color. And then on the slides, I think the last one is 4. The standard deviation I want you to graph is 4. Is 4 with the same mean. So let me turn this off. So I clicked over here where the circle is, right? Click below. You know, if you go below, you see the mouse icon changes. Then I type normal. So again, you could also type in normal DIST, parentheses. So we type 34, comma 4. And you can see the graph is almost actually horizontal, right? Because the standard deviation is bigger. It's 4. Remember, the bigger the standard deviation, right? The bigger it is, the more spread out the data is. The smaller it is, the more clustered it is around the mean. Now that's what's happening here. In fact, we could graph all of these at the same time. You know, what I do is this. I can click on this one, get the blue graph, this one the red. So not only, let me zoom in a bit. Not only can we graph these different examples, we also see what the standard deviation does, right? Again, the smaller one, the red graph, right? You can see the graph is higher up. Mostly because the data values are less spread out and they're more clustered around the mean. That's what we get. You can also see in the notes, you can see also like those 3 graphs, graphed separately. Let me get back to the notes actually. like here. Let me get back to this. So this was the first screen that we left off at. It has some of the stuff, has the stuff that I said you can do to graph normal distribution. You know, you could type it in also, as you can see. And these three graphs I just made, I didn't put them on the same set of axes like I did in Desmos, but you can see the graphs here, as you can see. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so this is what we get here. All right, that's good. Are there any questions about graphing it? Because I was going to have you guys try. Okay. Let's go on to the next slide, which is 10. So I want everyone to try doing this. You know, take like a minute, 2 minutes actually, to try and graph it. And then we'll do it together. So let me just stop the recording. Oh, there we go.